some people have like this rock star story where they're like, I was 9, I was writing songs in my journal, and all of a sudden I showed it to my mom. She's like, this is tremendous. Mine wasn't exactly like that. My first song I wrote, I think had like all of my family's names in it, and it was like, JD is this, my brother is this, and it was just very, very basic. And then I was in a creative writing class my junior year of high school, and we got an assignment to write a song, and I was like, this is great. I always loved songs, and I cared more about like the song and the lyrics than I did ever than like the musicality of it or how it sounded sonically. And so I was like, this is going to be really fun. And I grew up listening to Taylor Swift and country music revolves around the song. And Taylor Swift, I think, always branded herself as a songwriter, and so I got to learn from that. And so in that creative writing class, I wrote a song called 2 Tickets, and I just was like, this is really fun. And I kind of chased that avenue for a little bit. That was right around the time of High School Musical, when Troy Bolton was desperately torn between his love for music and his love for basketball, as was I. So because I was just a sports kid growing up, that's literally what I did. And so this little side avenue of songwriting didn't really make a lot of sense, but I just really, really loved it. And so I started writing songs like in my bedroom. I learned guitar specifically so I could learn to write songs. And then my senior year of high school, I wrote this song called Never Say Goodbye. And I had never played any of my songs out, and I played it at this talent show my senior year. And I had a friend who went and asked the administration if I could play it at graduation, and my school had never done anything like that. So they came up and they asked me if I could play it at graduation. So I played my song Never Say Goodbye in front of like 2,000 people, and I could hardly play guitar to it. It was a little bit of a train wreck, but it was really special. And then I ended up going to Butler on a music scholarship, ran that ride for a little bit. There was a bit of time when I went out to California, learned how to write songs there, and learned how to write songs from the perspective of like David and the Psalms. And I really dove into how songwriting looks like for the church. And then it all kind of led me to Nashville, because no matter what the path was, like songwriting always trumped everything. I could have gone and played softball and I would have been happy, and I could have I wanted to be a coach at one point, and eventually the Lord was just like, I think this gift is something you could chase, and so I chased it all the way to Nashville. August 8th, 5:30 in the morning.
A day that'll live and live.
Let's move to Nashville. I'm really passionate about people and perspective specifically. One of the things I love most about being a songwriter is I get to explore the perspective of a lot of different people. I obviously started songwriting like most people, wanting to kind of figure out who I was and work through emotions that I was feeling. But as I've gotten like further along in my songwriting experience, I've actually decided like subconsciously that I love exploring the perspectives of other people. And so one of the first songs I actually got to play out when I moved to Nashville was a song called Lever. And it was a song specifically not from my perspective, but it was from the perspective of one of my mom's friends. And that was the first time when I thought I can tell somebody else's story who might not have the avenue of songwriting to tell their stories. And she was just really grateful for that. And I fell in love kind of with trying to see the world from other people's perspectives.
And don't be afraid to make some mistakes. Sometimes the best scenes are the outtakes. Hang on, girl.
A lot of times, because I don't want to only tell my story, but I want to dive into telling other people's stories. And so I just love how songs can tell someone's story in 3 minutes. And you can see the world from other people's perspectives and really notice like the small details and really dive into like, what if I was them? Like, how would that feel if I was them? And how would I work through that and how would I process that? That's one of the things I'm most passionate about, I think. Somebody asked me the other day, would you be a songwriter if you never got paid for it? And my answer was, I already am. I'm already writing songs and I'm already like just chasing that and playing it, and I love sharing songs. And so absolutely I would do it for free because I love it. I'll be able to do it forever, like whether or not it's commercially or whether or not anybody ever hears my songs like beyond the wall of my house. I'm JC Gibbs. I live in Nashville and I'm a songwriter.
And it was sweet Caroline.
I just wrote a song recently that I'm kind of excited about called After All This Time, which may or may not get to be produced. I'm hoping to have music out in May. We'll see, May of 2019. But for now, selfless plug, if you want to go to my SoundCloud, there's songs I wrote a while ago, there's newer songs, there's songs that are, some of which are from my perspective, and then most of which from the perspective of others, but there's still songs. We can bond over music, you guys. I feel like we're friends now after having this conversation with you.
Also, May of 2019.
Damn it!
I was like,
Darn it! You know what? Just don't include the date part. Just like, it's
Okay.
May of 2020. Clearly I was not seeing clearly.